What's going on, guys? Thanks for joining us for this episode of Fly of the Week, and we are bringing you the Crippled Emerger. And we're excited to bring this to you because it's one of our homegrown patterns here at Aquatic Imitations, and we've been using our natural gray CDC feathers for the wing, our microsynthetic hurl and brown peacock for the thorax, and coq a bon dieu SMI blend dubbing for the abdomen, and pheasant tail natural is going to be the tailing and the shuck look that you have here. And so with no further ado, let's get this bad boy moving. And I appreciate you guys joining us. If this is your first time, thank you for joining us. Hit that subscribe button so that we can keep you up to date with what's going on. If you've been with us since the very beginning, we appreciate you. And we could not be doing this thing without you, nor would we want to. And so the clink hammer style hook is what we are putting in the vise there. And grab my black thread. Gonna wrap that kind of closer to the bend here, and because you don't have to make a big thread base because we got lots going on with this fly. And the thread is going to allow for just for that material to not roll over the hook, so giving a little bit of a base. Once you got you strip about 5 or 6 of the barbs from your pheasant tail, we're going to be using the ends that have the little curly cues on. Don't worry about cutting those off. We're actually using them. That's what we want to look. We're looking for that busted out shuck look, and so we're going to measure the shank length of the hook, because that shank is what the length of the fly would be, as well as the shuck should be. So once those are attached, we're going to bring that up just a little bit before the midway point. And we're not going to do anything with these. We're going to leave them right as so, because we're going to be using those for the remaining tailing. And once you got your thread back down to the tie-in spot for your tailing there of your shuck, we're going to grab some of the SMI blended dubbing and noodle it up on there. You know, you can imagine the moment you prepare your entire life cycle and it's crippled by the inability to shed the old shell and become who you were designed to be. And that's kind of the imagery that you see here in this crippled emerger. The life cycle of an insect is over 300 days underwater sometimes, and it will allow for a development of wings and everything, only for the fly to, in that moment of emerging, to get stuck in its shuck. And man, that would be an unfortunate event for us if we were to find ourselves in that predicament in our natural state of being us. And whenever we got those barbs cut off, we're going to grab the 3 there, and we're just going to tie those on in a length of what would be kind of a mayfly tail. And they are going to be pointing a little bit more up into the air that you will see there. And the reason why that's going to be okay is because this fly will ride with the shuck and this SMI dubbing underneath the water, and that will absorb a little bit more of the water, and that tailing will then be sitting flush on the surface of the water, which allows for it to look like the shuck is stuck on its butt end. And the fish are predators. They are hunters, man. They know what that looks like. They are aware of a nymph in process that is in a stuck situation and distress, and man, they are bullies. They go after the weak, and so the weakness of this fly often will be what the fish are going to be targeting. And just as the feeding fish are choosing this emerging crippled emerger because of its weakness, God also chooses us because of our weaknesses, but not to destroy us, rather as an opportunity to display His strength in our lives. And it's obvious that it's impossible for us on our own to do some things. And so when God shows up in the scene, it's really just the opportunity for Him to show off and show through us in those moments. And that gives hope to other people and encouragement at times. And there's probably moments in your life that you probably have felt like you were just like that crippled merger, and you were just you were a victim of constant situation maybe. Let me just say that you were never a victim. You were always a target. And that's real reason is because that if the enemy ever lets you become who you were designed to be, he knew that you'd be at the gates of hell redirecting traffic, and you'd be dangerous to him. So take heed to know that your weaknesses are just an opportunity for God's strength to be displayed off in your life. And we all have weaknesses. It's just a matter of allowing for us to be strengthened. And no matter how much we work on our own personal weakness, and your weakest link will always be your weakest link, no matter what. So it would be really important for us to utilize the strength that is available, and I just encourage you to do so. So once you've got your microsynthetic herl placed there, we have a need to get this wing fibers, the CDC, just line these tips up and grab 4 or 5 of those feathers and straighten them out. Measure just a little bit of a puff likeness there. We're not going crazy, but just enough to make a nice wing. And we'll just secure that down nicely. Snip that off. And what we want to do is we would like to split these wings, because it is not a caddis, it is a mayfly. So we're going to take our thread and just find a center piece, and we're just going to figure 8 through them. And we can stand them up and kind of clean that head up a little bit. And we can develop the head there. And we stand those up. I know fear and hurt are often 2 biggest things that will cripple us, just like this crippled emerger. And so I hope that you have an awareness of the things in your life that are weak, so that they can become strong, and so that you can bust out of the old shell and take flight in becoming who you were designed to be. And remember, don't hide Jesus like you hide your fishing spots, guys. And we'll catch you later. Appreciate you. See ya.